G'day.
G'day.
Thanks for stopping by.
Thanks for joining us.
Well, we are on the third and final leg of this road trip along the Kamilaroi Highway.
And Paul, what a trip it is. We get to go to Walgett, Brewarrina and our final destination, Bourke.
And there's so much to see in each of these towns.
Amazing stuff.
Come and join us and we'll show you the highlights.
We've just rolled into Walgett, right along the Kamilaroi Highway. Out here, stories live on the walls.
This beautiful silo art honours Jimmy Little, legendary musician, proud Yorta Yorta man and a voice that carried across generations. Stopped into Walgett. It is scorching hot, nudging 40 degrees out here. Oh, so hot.
You can so feel it burning your skin, hey?
Begin to wonder about the wisdom of picking this road trip at this time of year. But anyway, we're here now. So the plan was to stay here for the night. We were going to stay at the free camp near the reserve just up the road. But there's no power there, and as we said, it is 40 degrees and we can't run the air conditioner. The other place we're thinking of to stay here in Walgett is at the showgrounds. It's $30 a night and you get a power hookup, but there's no water there apparently. There's water in the toilets and that, but you can't hook up to that, or I don't even think you can fill up your tanks with it. It's not potable water anyway, so I don't know you'd want to put it in there. There's filtered water at the free camp on the other side of town, so you can actually fill up with water there. But we're having a look around here now, and it's still early, like it's only just gone 12:30, and maybe make our way a bit further along to somewhere like Brewarrina later in the afternoon.
And it's a little bit far out of town. It's not like we can really from there walk into town and have dinner and walk back again. Yeah. It's just that little bit too far out, and we don't really want to unhitch.
No, not for one night.
Not for one night,
no. So we'll have a bit of a look around here at Walgett.
Yeah.
And we'll
might even buy a snack.
Maybe make our way across to Brewarrina.
Yeah, why not?
And check that out.
Yeah.
One of the things it's famous for here is its wall art, and here's some of it.
This mural serves as a visual narrative of Walgett's rich Aboriginal culture and the importance of unity among its residents.
They do have the boar baths here, so we thought we'll come and check that out and have a look at that. I'm not sure if it's cost to get in. There's a public swimming pool here and the boar baths. Unfortunately, the boar baths are closed for the season. I'm assuming it's because it's too hot, because you've got the hot water coming out. It's probably even hotter at this time of year, so it'd be unbearable to get in there.
Probably dangerous too, Paul.
Oh, I imagine so, yeah. They got some public toilets here and a park, playground, so nice little setup. Oh, that breeze is nice.
In the shade. In 1965, the Freedom Riders rolled into Walgett, challenging racism and segregation in regional Australia. This memorial stands where students and locals stood strong for justice. As we made our way to Brewarrina, we thought it was pretty exciting to see this family of emus crossing the highway. Dangerous, but exciting. The trip from Walgett only took about an hour and a half. And here we are at our camp by the Barwon River.
Oh, we've made it to Beds on Barwon in Brewarrina. Campground here. Gets good reviews, so we thought we'd go and check in and see how we go with it. So we've got a nice little spot here at the Beds on Barwon caravan park. It's overlooking the river. The powered sites are up a bit. There's nothing down by the river with power. You can get a bit of water down there, but no power. 40 degrees, we want power. It's not happening without power today. So get the aircon. Mind you, it's nice sitting out here with a bit of a breeze blowing. We've got a great spot here overlooking the Barwon River. The site is huge, like there's really good size. A couple of taps here. There's a red one which is water directly from the river, and a blue one which is town water, filtered town water. So we're hooked up to that. I haven't tested the water yet, but I'll be pretty keen to test it and see what the condition of the water's like here. But it's a nice little spot. It's got a amenities block. It's just a tin shed with showers and toilets. Camp kitchen here. There's fire pits around the place. I don't know anyone be having a fire today. Can't see why you would possibly want one, but you can have them here. And a few other bits and pieces. There's a few cabins around. Looks like the cabins are quite well used. There's only one other van here at the moment in the sort of caravan section of it. But yeah, beautiful bush setting. It's very nice. Good way to end the day. This is part of the trip on the Kamilaroi Highway.
Apparently the RSL is one of the only places open to eat. So, Chinese, bring it on. Lovely. Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, it's nice and cool in here.
Alright, so we've made it to the RSL. There's no parmas on the menu, so I'm going to have to go for something else. But I do like a Malaysian chicken curry. And I noticed one of those on the menu, so I might not get one of them.
So we've got a Szechuan chicken, a Malaysian curry chicken, and fried rice.
The water here in Beds on the Barwon is treated town water. So apparently it's safe for drinking, but as usual I'm going to test it with my water quality tester. Well, it's brought up to 69 average. Alright, so this water is the water from the van, so it's been through our filtration system, keeping in mind that recently we changed the best filter. I do have some other filters coming in the mail, but they're not here yet, so I'll be curious to see how much this has improved it, if any. Alright, well that's brought it up to 82 good. So it's certainly improved it a lot. This whole area, this whole region along the Kamilaroi Highway is just so rich in Aboriginal culture and history. Just everywhere you look, there's something here. Today we've come out to the fish traps. Now apparently these are about 40,000 years old, these fish traps, or they've been using it for 40,000 years. It's known as the oldest man-made structure in the world. It's just incredible, isn't it, to think 40,000 years ago, I'm not sure how they dated it, but anyway, but 40,000 years ago, this is where there was people here doing this sort of stuff. Incredible.
It's quite ingenious, really. If you see that, you can see it creates ponds. So the fish can swim in, but they can't swim out. So you can see these little ponds that are formed around the place. And fish can swim in, and then they put more rocks so they can't get out. And then they have, it's almost like an aquarium where they keep the fish until they need it. Yeah, because the fish come in springtime, they go downstream, so they catch the fish that way and keep them until they need them.
They've built a weir across the river here. It's a solid concrete barrier stretching from bank to bank, designed to control the water flow and create a stable water supply. But in doing so, it disrupts the river's natural rhythm. Built in the 20th century, this kind of construction reshaped the landscape and the way people and the ecosystems interact with the river. One of the other attractions here is the historical Barwon River Bridge. It served as a vital crossing point and featured a lift span to allow paddle steamers to navigate the river. In 2002, the bridge sustained damage to the lifting mechanism. Apparently it cracked and the bridge was closed to vehicles. Since then, it's been used exclusively as a pedestrian bridge.
Opened on December 1888. There's the new bridge. Here's Paul.
Well, that was the historical Barwon River Bridge.
Yep.
Fascinating.
Absolutely, Paul. Fascinating. This is the main street of Brewarrina, quiet, slow and full of history. You'll pass a few old pubs, their verandas wide and shaded. Built back in the day when this town was buzzing with river trade and sheep stations. The shops are old school too. Weathered signs, faded paint, and that feeling like time just moves a little differently here. One last slow morning by the Barwon. Just us, the river, and this beautiful setting. This place is definitely worth a visit.
Yeah, so we're off to Bourke today. It's not far up the road. I think about an hour up the road, so only be a relatively short trip. We're going to nick into town. There's a cafe there that wasn't open over the weekend that we've been encouraged to go and check out. And I think Wenda wants to go and check out a museum or information centre. And I think it's an Aboriginal information centre in town. And that didn't open till 9 o'clock today either. So we're going to nick in there and check those things out. Alright, so it is the Brewarrina Aboriginal Cultural Museum we're coming out to this morning. So I'd be curious to see what that's like.
Yeah.
Let's go have a look.
Yes. I'm going to assume you just open up. Not open.
Well, it appears it's not open. So maybe we're not coming out. Alright, so it turns out it is open. Well, not just yet, even though it says after 9. There's a tour at 11. So we're going to go and get a cuppa and maybe a bit of brekkie, and then we're going to come back and do the tour. And he's going to show us around the museum and the fish traps. So even though we were at the fish traps the other day, we'll actually get a guided tour of it. So that'll be really interesting to hear the story behind the fish traps. The Muddy Waters Cafe. Friendly, local and full of charm. Out back there's a quiet garden space, perfect for a slow cuppa under the trees and a yarn with locals. Look at this, simple, tasty classics. Brekkie wrap, looks good. I wonder if it's like the one up at Birdsville. How good does that look?
A bit jealous.
It looks pretty good, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if I can eat it without spilling it on myself. With a challenge.
Mm-hmm.
Managed to make a mess of my shirt, as expected. I only ate half of it. The other half I had to put in the fridge because it was a bit too much to eat in one go. Anyway.
The Aboriginal Cultural Museum was now open, and for $20 each you get a guided tour. Bradley, our guide, walked us through thousands of years of culture, connection to the land and the impact of colonisation. Some of it actually was hard to hear, but so important to understand. We saw traditional tools, artefacts and stories that painted a deeper picture of this place.
Bradley was telling us the fish traps were built by his ancestors over countless generations. They follow the natural curves of the Barwon. They're not just stone and water, they're knowledge passed down, a living connection to country. There are at least 4 communities that would share this spot.
Once again, we were treated to these Aussie icons running alongside the road.
You never get sick of it, eh?
Mm-mm. We hadn't booked anything, but were hopeful of getting a spot here at the Mitchell Caravan Park in Bourke.
All right, so we've made it out to Bourke. And, oh, gee, I tell you, it is so hot. Oh, my goodness. Talk about working up a sweat setting the van up. But I got the van set up. It's a really nice little park here, actually. Karen at reception was fantastic, super helpful. So this stop here has a purpose, 2 purposes. One, it is the end of this Kamilaroi Highway video, and the last stop here, so we'll be checking that out for that video. So for those of you who have been travelling along with us on the Kamilaroi Highway, we're here at our final destination. Oh yeah, Wendy bought this little mat, which she thinks it's going to be great, where she can actually have her little space, put a chair on it. We haven't got the chair out yet. Then she can put her feet on some nice ungrassed areas without bugs and little flies jumping up on her legs, instead of having to pull out the big full mat. This mural honours Percy Hobson, affectionately known as the Boy from Bourke. He was a trailblazing Australian high jumper and the first Aboriginal athlete to win a Commonwealth Games gold medal in 1962.
Fred Hollow's grave is on our list of things to see here. It's the final resting place of a man who gave sight to millions.
When Fred died in 1993, it was his wish to be buried here.
Fred didn't come from Bourke, but it was here in the early 1970s that something shifted in him.
And there's still another voice that once echoed through Bourke, Henry Lawson, the great Australian writer. Lawson told Bourke's story, Hobson gave it pride, and Hollows gave it vision.
We're cruising down the main street now, heading to the Port of Bourke Hotel. Perfect spot to grab some dinner. This little outback town has a big past. Back in the day, paddle steamers were the lifeline of the place, floating down the Darling River with woolen supplies. These days it's a whole lot quieter, but still full of charm.
Inside, there are a few nods to the past, old paddle steamer photos and classic pub sign. And here, the spirit of old Bourke still lingers. Did you get?
I got calamari and mash. I thought I was going to get veggies, but I didn't get any veggies. You have to share your veggies.
And my chips, by the looks of it. Nice looking palmer.
After a good meal and some time to relax, we headed back to the van. The pub's all lit up now, glowing in that perfect outback sunset.
The Mitchell Caravan Park here in Bourke, $40 a night, power and water. The park itself, it's well laid out park. It's plenty of space. The site's a good size and easy to back into. I don't think there's any drive-through as such, but yeah, you can back into them easy enough. It's got a nice pool here, beautiful. Certainly needed out here in this heat. It's got a bit of an aviary there. The camp kitchen is pretty good. There's a fire pit at the camp kitchen. The toilets and amenities are a bit older, but they're always clean and tidy. There's some picnic tables here with umbrellas you can sit on in the grass area. And it gives you great access to everything in Bourke that you need to get and see.
Here we are, we made it to the Port of Bourke. Looking forward to this.
Check this out. A 1923 Crossley engine, built like a tank. And it used to power the whole town here, as well as pump water up from the river.
It's really a lovely little area here. You could certainly spend some time. You have the wharf to look at over here. You've got picnic tables, really lovely ones here. It's lovely and green, and of course you've got the Darling River. My goodness, how beautiful is it?
So apparently the wharf here in Bourke was once the busiest wharf on the Darling River. It's still a very picturesque site.
Well, from the top of the deck, you can't really see the historic wharf. Apparently it was built in 1892, and there's remnants of it underneath that Paul hopes to capture with the drone. There are multiple levels built into the wharf underneath, designed to match the river's changing heights through the seasons, whether it's running high in flood or low in the dry.
Well, that was the Kamilaroi Highway. I hope you got as much out of it as we did.
In fact, Paul, it was probably one of the more low-key trips that we've ever done, but boy, did it have some amazing, it packed a punch.
It packed a punch.
It did.
I tell you, if you're looking for a relatively easy road trip to do that has a lot of interesting stops along the way, the Kamilaroi Highway certainly is it.
Definitely.
If you haven't checked out the other 2 videos we did on it, check those out. There's some great places to stop and see along the way.
But our next one, Paul, is the
Darling River Run.
Absolutely, it's not low key.
No, anything but low key.
Not low key, but it still packs a punch.
We actually find the very start of the Darling River. I've watched a lot of videos and information about the Darling River. Haven't seen a lot about the very start of it. Well, you won't want to miss this episode. We get to the very start of the Darling River.
Yeah.
And follow it all the way down to Wentworth in New South Wales.
Where it merges with one of our other favourite rivers, Paul, the Murray River.
That's it. So hopefully you can come and join us next time as we continue to explore this amazing country of ours. Thanks for stopping by.
Bye for now.
Bye.